Welcome back. It is 1572, and in the last one, we lost dear Gabriel, and Nicholas has become the Earl. Yeah, Earl, Countess, Earl, Countess. I did that right. Okay, so that happened. What else happened? uh, did we? Yeah, we already had Yasmina. What did happen? We finished our toddler skills. We made a new friend. We lost Alice. She died giving birth to her baby. Juliana has a new suitor. Let's check here. We only have two birthdays, but they are both our babies. Lavinia, who was born to Alice last time, and then Yasmina. So let's roll for Lavinia, who can't get an 8 or a 16. She survived. And then our dear Yasmina can't get a 7, 14, or 19. She survived. Okay, and then let's see. Townies? Any birthdays? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, I guess that's that. Let's hop into the game. So here we are in our house. As you can see, Damaris is pregnant. So that is very exciting. We'll see what she has. And what else? So in the last one, Juliana and Gabriel went to go meet the Brigg family because he was trying to set up a marriage between Juliana and Hughie Brigg. So that was what was going on. Oh my gosh, please don't do this birthday thing that keeps happening to us. Anyway, so that's what was going on, is that they basically arranged a marriage for the two of them. So this year, the marriage is going to go forward and the arrangement is going to be complete. So that's what's going on there. We're going to invite everyone to the wedding. Of course, they're not really engaged, so I can't make a wedding event. But we're going to head over to, also because it's a ball event, I can't head to the church. So we're going to head here. And we're going to go all the way back here to the arch and start the wedding between Juliana and Hughie Brigg. Now, the Sims will not cooperate. I cannot get Hughie to come here or to stay here. I can't get anyone to come here or to stay here. I can't even teleport them here because they will immediately leave. So I'm just going to tell you what happened, and you're just going to have to use your imagination because the Sims were not cooperating, and that really irks me, but there's nothing I can do about it, and I just want to have this happen the way that I'm saying it's happening and just pretend like it's what's happening. So the wedding is happening, and it's happening pretty soon after the conversation about the engagement and everything, and I think that's mostly because Damaris wants Juliana out of the house, right? So she's pushing for that. So they get up in front of everybody. They're going to get married, and what happens is Ankor, who, if you'll remember, Juliana and Ankor had a relationship. She lied to him about who she was so that she could sneak out and meet him. And because of all of that, when she finally told the truth, he kind of just like disappeared. And, he was angry. He just walked away. He left her life. And so she tried to move on by, allowing this arrangement and everything with Hughie. And so Ankor bursts into the chapel and he's basically like, stop, 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 stop. I object. I don't want this to happen. And everybody is super confused because no one knows anything about Juliana and Ankor, except Juliana is like, oh my gosh, right? Like, what's happening? And basically he, confesses his love to her, and he says to her, like, look, I thought that, I felt betrayed by you lying to me. I felt really angry, and I know our families don't have a good relationship, so I just tried to walk away from you, but when I heard you were getting married, I just, there's this pit in my stomach, and I just can't even stand it, and so I had to come here. I had to do something about it. I couldn't take it. And so he basically confesses his love to her in front of everybody, and everybody is shocked, right? And so obviously Damaris and the Brigg family, I think Nicholas would be waiting for Juliana to tell him what she thinks, but Damaris and the Brigg family are just like, get him out of here. We're just going to continue the wedding. What is happening? And so Nicholas just kind of looks at Juliana and is like, what do you want to do? And I think that part of this is the first real situation, drama situation that Nicholas has had to deal with as head of this household. You know, his dad just died last year, and so this is the first time he's really having to deal with this kind of stuff. And I think that he grew up knowing that Juliana did not have that kind of freedom that she wanted. He grew up seeing her really struggle to find herself and really struggle to learn who she was, and really, resent being totally controlled under their father's thumb, and not being able to have that freedom that she wanted. And so I think Nicholas, seeing all of that, the first thing he thinks is like, what do you want to do? Because he doesn't want to also be the one to force her to lose her freedom. So he asks her what she wants to do, and she looks at Ankor, she looks at Hughie. She likes them both, but she spent more time with Ankor. She really, they got engaged. She thought she was going to marry him at first. And of course, my Sims are broken again right here, and we have to do this whole thing. But anyway, she basically calls off the wedding. And even though a lot of people protest, she still calls it off. And she announces to everybody, she's like, it doesn't matter because I already woohooed him. And so obviously the Brigg family is like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And like, so everything is chaos. And everyone comes home. And it looks like Ineid is outside her house, which is weird for her, but also she's pregnant, so neighborhood stories are really doing their thing, and I love that for us. I love that neighborhood stories are doing their thing. So yeah, anyway, we have everyone here. It is also Yasmina's birthday, so we're going to age her up into a toddler. Very exciting, and here she is. So she's just a little toddler baby darling, and she's so cute, and I love her. There's Ghost Gabriel, probably being like, what happened? But that's okay. So basically, everyone comes home after the wedding and it's like, whoa, right? They're like, oh my gosh. And don't really know what to do. And I'm going to do the create a sim for Yasmina. And yeah, so everyone is super stressed after the wedding and after it being called off, and everyone's angry with each other and blah, blah, blah. And so I'm just going to update that. And then, yep, okay. So everyone's stressed. And Nicholas is wondering whether he made the right choice or not by listening to Juliana, by letting her have her say. And so he's really not sure, but he thinks that she should probably marry the guy that she's been woohooing, right? But Damaris is furious because she wanted to get Juliana out of the house. She wanted to make that connection with the Brigg family. The Whitehead family is not as prolific as the Brigg family. And so she's angry. She's going to be mean to Juliana and just basically be like, how dare you? Like, you've humiliated our whole family by pulling that stunt. And, you've embarrassed us and hurt our reputation and all this stuff. And she's like, I don't even know if I can salvage what you did and everything. So poor Juliana is just like taking it and is like, I mean, honestly, at this point, Juliana and Damaris are enemies and they don't even like each other. And so I think Juliana's probably like, yeah, whatever. Like, she's not even listening to Damaris, like, lose her mind over this. So there is that. And then I really thought these like up arrows were telling me that the baby was almost born, but the baby is like not almost born. So we actually do have to wait a little while, but we're going to stay here until the baby's born, and then we're going to do something a little different. We're going to go to another household, and I think you're going to be really excited about it. But first, Damaris is also nagging at Nicholas, blah, blah, blah. Juliana, why'd you do this? And Nicholas is just like, you know what? Let's just see what happens. He's fully expecting maybe Ankor to come talk to him or whatever, but we're gonna have to save that for next year. Juliana still has like 2 years before she ages up anyway, so we're gonna save that for next year. And then I'm trying to invite Arun, Nicholas's new friend, over, but it's just not working. Also, these Sims, I swear, these Sims just do not want to listen to me. They do not want to listen to me, and I really do like the new ask on a hangout feature and all that stuff, because I feel like it helps me keep the Sims at least on the lot, which is really annoying, but whatever. I'm trying to do something and it's just not working. It's just not happening, and this guy is just walking back and forth around our house. Anyway, it's so frustrating, but I think Nicholas is going to talk to Juliana next and just, talk to her and be like, are you okay? Like, what do you want to do about this? And Juliana is really focused on her own future and everything. And she's just thinking like, okay, like I want to talk to Ankor. I want to see like what's going on. I wanted to marry him in the first place, and so if I can do that, I will. So that's fine. And then we're just again waiting for this baby to be born. Nicholas is trying to calm down Damaris and be like, look, it's okay. It's going to be fine. We'll figure Juliana's stuff out. Don't worry about it. She's still going to be able to get married, have a life, and blah blah blah. And we have our baby, and it's a boy, and he survives. Our boy is finally here. I mean, he could still die at any moment, but I really thought we were going to have a girl for the next heir. I really did. And we're having a boy, and Damaris is getting exactly what she wants out of it. So there you go. We are going to name him Luke Larkin. Isn't that a fun little name? I was thinking about naming him Nicholas II, but then I was like, I want to use some of the other names too. I want to use some of the other names and have fun with that. So that will be that. And then we are actually going to switch gears a little bit. I know that you guys loved Florence, and I'm excited too. So I want to play a little bit of Florence and Cyr doing their treasure hunting. So they pretend that all these years they have been treasure hunting and building up a ton of money. I think that they've been really successful in their treasure hunting, and so we're just going to go off with them for a little bit right here, and me trying to find the entrance to this thing. But yeah, so they've been treasure hunting for several years now, and they're just having a good time doing it, and they've been really successful and like are making a ton of money and everything, and they've just been really, really good at it. And so let's just send them in, and then they are just excavating. They've been a really good team. I think that they're probably thinking that they've been away from home for quite some time, and that, maybe someday soon they'd want to return. It's been almost 10 years. So, they've made quite the fortune, and they've had a lot of luck, and so they're thinking about returning home soon, but are going for that one last score at the temple. So that is what's going on there. I'm just queuing up some stuff for them, and we'll see where we go. But yes, they are definitely enjoying themselves. Cyr has been such a joy to take care of Florence while she's here. He's been really helpful. For some reason, people we know are here. But yeah, he's been very helpful as like a friend, a cousin, and a protector. So we're going to go into this temple, and this is very dangerous, right? Like it's the final boss here. So we're just trying our best to figure it out and figure out how to get that treasure successfully. So that is what we're doing down here. And I'm going to be honest, I had no idea that you could actually die in these traps. I really didn't know that. I thought it just like, I didn't think it would actually kill you. I thought you could get poisoned and stuff, and that could kill you eventually, but you have plenty of time to fix it and stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Cyr just lit on fire and died down here. And I tried to plead with the Grim Reaper, and he said no. And I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that just happened. Cyr just died. Oh gosh. Right? So Cyr just literally died. And so Florence is like, you know what? I'm going to finish out this temple. This is what we came here for. I'm not giving up yet, just because he died. But of course she can't stay here as like a single woman by herself or whatever. But anyway, she's here in this this temple trying to figure out the final treasure here, which she does succeed in getting. And oh my gosh, I can't believe Cyr died. But she meets a skeleton while she's here, and she's like, whoa, a skeleton. And she starts talking to the skeleton and everything. And the skeleton comes with her on her adventure, and she does and she like gets cursed to also be a skeleton. So for some time, because keep in mind, one sim day is 3 months. So, she's here for quite a while, and she's like, hanging out with the skeleton. She's waiting for herself to turn back into a human, but she's still stuck in this world as a skeleton. just waiting. And she meets the other skeleton and everything, and maybe they do some skeleton things. So I want to thank, okay, I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher your name, but it's Gaetan Gunlada, and who said, just because Florence isn't getting married doesn't mean she can't have kids. And I'm like, you're right, actually. So Florence and her skeleton friend are going to have a baby together, which is just crazy. But Florence is now pregnant with the skeleton friend's baby. Of course, this is going to come out as a regular sim, but I think that that's just like a fun little thing. Florence, while she was away, Seer died, and of course, the first thing she got was impregnated. So anyway, we're back home now. We'll see Florence again next year, but I wanted to kind of do that little segue, and if I hadn't done that, Sierra probably would still be alive. But anyway, we are aging up Luke into an infant, so here he is. And then also our friends, the Venyan family, had just had their daughter, son. Maybe we can make something happen. So now they have a child, and I'm really, Neighborhood Stories is doing the thing, which I'm really excited about. So like Lilith Whitehead died in Neighborhood Stories, and then also like we talked about Aeneid being pregnant. So I'm just really feeling good about that Neighborhood Stories is doing stuff. At first I was like, nothing's happening, so now I'm glad that things are happening. And look at that cute baby. So Damaris is going to talk to her father. He came over. Obviously, they're both very happy that she had a son, and he's like, yes, like, good job, you did it, you had a son. And so then Nicholas is going to go out with his new friend. So he is going to go out with Arun, and keep in mind that Arun and his wife have an open marriage, a policy with no jealousy or anything, so he's allowed to do whatever he wants. And so he's kind of put the moves a little bit on Nicholas last time, just kind of opened the door there. So they're going to go out for a meal and definitely keep that door open. So they're going to start flirting with each other, and I just really want like Nicholas to be able to be in a healthy and loving relationship, and whatever that looks like given the time period or given the situation, it doesn't really matter. But I just wanted him to have someone that was like wholesome. These two, they're doing the thing with each other. Obviously they're both married to women. That's kind of what you did during this time period, and I do think Arun loves his wife, but just a polyamorous or open situation is totally fine, right? So, yeah, I just want Nicholas to kind of have that happiness that he hasn't had with anybody. Who knows if Neighborhood Stories is going to kill off Arun, but I hope not. So anyway, we're going to do the birthdays. So this year we actually, like I said, Lilith Whitehead died. Lavina Crookshank became an infant. Yasmina Larkin became a toddler. Luke Larkin became an infant. And Seer Stroud did end up dying, which was a huge bummer for me, going to be honest. But that's just what happens. So that was this year. Let me check what's going to happen next year. If I can ever find the thing. Okay, well, next year the twins are aging up along with Lavinia Crookshank. Florence. Oh, Florence's birthday is next year. That's why I got her pregnant right now. Okay, so yes. Anyway, lots of things going on. Hope you're excited, and I'll catch you in the next one.